Alrighty guys, we're back. Another episode at the tail end of the season, and we have a good friend on today, Tori from Married by Tori. You're an absolute star. Welcome.
Thank you.
So good to see a different scenario than the aisle today.
I know, a bit more cash of a setting.
I know, we can have a few more laughs,
Yeah.
but obviously, so thank you so much for coming on. And I'm going to just jump straight into it.
Sure.
So, Tori, love to hear how you got into the industry and what made you fall in love with being a celebrant?
Yeah, so, I mean, first and foremost, I am a mum to two beautiful girls, 2 and 5, so very much in the trenches at the moment still.
Oh God, yeah, the fun age.
Yeah, but I think it lends beautifully to this kind of job. So I did fall into celebrancy quite unexpectedly, I suppose. I was on maternity leave from my job in media and advertising at the time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did about 7 years doing that for like Channel 9 network and then O Media, so like billboard outdoor advertising.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So whilst on mat leave, my daughter Lucy, she was only about 6 weeks old, and I was at a wedding, at my cousin's wedding as a guest. And for the first time, I really, just recognised the celebrant and how well she held the room, and saw her beyond just being the person marrying them.
Wow.
And I was like, that would be a really cool job.
Yeah.
How special to be in that moment with my cousin and her partner.
Seeing it live and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said to my husband, I was like, I reckon I could do that. So literally within days, I was enrolled to the Cert4 celebrancy course. I'm just like, once I know,
Yeah. It's on your
give this a
mind.
crack.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
Were you quite at work previously, like really good with like hosting meetings and like
So a lot of the job
conferences.
is presenting to large groups, building relationships with clients and connections and stuff. So I did feel like the skills that I'd built over that 7-year period lent really well to celebrancy.
There you go.
Yeah. Not everyone loves public speaking.
Absolutely. Just going off a little bit off topic here, I'd love to hear more about the course. So is that, how does that work? I have no idea about it.
Fair. Pretty unique.
Haven't applied.
Yet,
no.
So it is a Cert 4. A lot of options are online these days. So that meant it was really easy for me to manage with the girls being so young. But it's a Cert 4. You have to do a lot of work around the legality side of things. So I think that would be a really underestimated part.
Would be.
Understanding, migration and that kind of
Oh,
side
right.
of the law.
Okay.
The Marriage Act and all the fun things. But
so it's quite like government heavy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, black and white answers when it comes to that, obviously, with the law. So understanding all of that, and then there's a lot of role play. So that's the trickiest part of the course because
Bit of theatre. Okay.
you literally, it just feels ridiculous. You're in your home. I had I'm marrying my husband and my sister. You have to have witnesses. It's a whole thing.
That is funny.
Yeah,
okay.
They give you names. One point I had my mum being a Greek translator. I'm not even joking. It's dramatic, but...
So they set that up, kind of like pretend some, they're that for just scenarios, pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to write a script for this scenario and present it, film it, send it. At one point, the final assessments actually, you either have to have 25 guests in the situation watching and film it, or you record
Who has 25 guests on call?
And who has the space to host 25 people for a pretend wedding? I literally was like, this feels impossible. So
let's go to the park.
Yeah.
But
it's all good within good reason. Like you need to find the confidence to put it all together and present in front of people. So
Yep.
Yeah.
So how long does that go for? Sorry.
So you've got 12 months to complete it.
12 months.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's decent. It's like a uni course.
Yeah. Cert 4. Like it's self-paced. I did it in about 5 months, and then
you did.
Yeah, of course I did. But no, then I had, you've got this waiting period. So you have to apply to the Attorney General Government to be registered. And at the time, which was in 2024 that I applied, you have a waiting period of at least 90 days to hear back. So in that time, you are technically qualified, but not registered. So you can't advertise your services. You can't actually be a celebrant.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Because I was going to say, when you're doing this, you're just going through the whole time of this is for me, kind of you're just learning as you go a little bit, or with the course, and you kind of, because you're not building your website or anything yet, you're just doing the course. And is it kind of chapter by chapter, start with the law, then get into theatre a little
Exactly.
bit.
I know, the role
rehearsals.
play.
Yeah.
No, it is. And it's, you can't really move on to the next thing until you've had that accurately assessed. So it is good in that sense.
God,
that
it's a
you're
full
going through it.
commitment.
Yeah. It's a serious job.
Oh,
Very
absolutely. Oh, go you. So, pretty much, I'd love to know. This was like the first question I really wanted to ask. It's a big one. Is as a vendor, you're probably one of the vendors that you're booked more on experience than portfolio, and like photographers, florists. Obviously, you can put up clips, photos of yourself on Instagram and all that. But how have you found kind of promoting yourself? Because I could imagine word of mouth's huge.
Yeah.
But do you do a lot of? Because and then do clients want you to upload like clips from their day? Like, it's
I totally understand.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really tricky, especially when one of my goals is to stay out of their photography and videography, you know? So I don't want to be...
when it's the kiss.
Yeah, exactly. I'm way on the other end.
Yeah.
So, it is a tricky thing to market. And I actually received a review recently that really had me thinking about this, because in the review it said, we didn't really value a great celebrant until this journey. And I think that's one of the funniest parts about this service. It's like something that you don't know how great it can be.
It can really change
the day. Had a good experience. Yep. And it's not even just the day itself and the delivery, but the lead up in feeling supported and really having a celebrant that invests in who you are and the journey itself. So it is a tricky thing to market. I think I was reluctant to jump on TikTok.
I have seen you on TikTok lately, killing it.
Really trying.
Few in the cars. Yeah.
So I think that it is a good platform where you can show up really authentically. And that's now like 65% of my leads come from TikTok.
Amazing.
I can't believe that. So
it's probably just like how you present on it, like the tone of your voice, how you sound, so important as well. Because sometimes I'm at a wedding and I'm like, this is a interesting celebrant that's that matches. I'm like, how do they book? Anyway. So you'd say kind of just being present on socials really helps.
Exactly. And the experience is obviously what they're investing in, but also I am the product, I am the service. So they want to know who I am. And I think showing up online in a genuine format like TikTok really gives them an insight to know who I am, what I'm like before they...
It's interesting, 60%. That's...
huge, isn't it?
That's massive. And you've been on that for a year now?
October last year.
Wow. Bring it on.
6-7 months. I know.
It just shows where everyone is. That's amazing. And I'd love to know, so the timeline of when people inquire, because obviously this is just a guess, but they have to kind of obviously tell them about themselves, and then you write up kind of the script for the day a little bit. Yeah, I'd love to know the journey. Inquiry to the wedding.
So it can look anything like 6 to 18 months in advance, I guess. But once they do inquire, I send across my pricing and I offer some times of availability for a video call. Nice. I think that it's important for them. They just want to see if my approach and style to ceremonies is what aligns with their vision. But it's also important for me to see if that couple is one that I can connect with to tell their story authentically.
It would be tough to be like, sorry, I'll keep
So we do that call, they lock in their date and we get some legal stuff and admin out the way. And then 3 to 4 months out from the wedding day, I send a prompt around a questionnaire. So that's what they each fill out to give me all the context on their relationship that I need.
Okay. Yep.
And around that same time, we catch up in person. So that's a really important element.
Catch up in person? Okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good. You must have about 4 coffees a day.
I know, sometimes. And then a wine, we go to after 2 o'clock or something. But it's important for me to meet them face to face before the day, I think. Like, it's a really deeply personal element.
It just shows how professional you are with kind of the commitment that's in it. Because some would be like, we'll just see you on your wedding day. It's all kind of... it's all good.
Exactly.
No news is good news a little bit.
And you can also meet online because an important part of the journey is signing what's called the Notice of Intended Marriage Documents. That's another legal form for birth tests and marriages to have notice of the marriage taking place. So that's usually the role of the celebrant, or they can do it on their own terms. But that's what we sign in that meeting. So it's nice to just...
So you obviously do all the pre-signings before the wedding of just like, how big is that signing?
Just that document we sign pre, and then another document's called the Declaration of No Legal Impediment. That's to be signed as close to the ceremony as possible.
Okay.
But usually it's like actually pre-ceremony with
Yeah.
the groom at the aisle. and the bride.
Sometimes I see them in the bridal suite and I'm like taking photos. Next thing you know, they're signing. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Looks
Perfect.
serious.
Yeah. So you obviously come in. So why is it so the closest to the ceremony?
It's essentially declaring for the final time
Gotcha.
that you're consenting to the marriage,
Yep.
you're over 18, you're not already married, and you're not trying to enter a prohibited relationship. So prohibited such as marrying an immediate family member. Something we can't do.
I hope they sign that. No, that's all right.
I haven't had one yet, so it's nice.
Amazing. So obviously you do that, and then you'd start kind of just scripting their day, their story, and run it past them, or do you you're like, leave it with me.
No.
I've got a surprise. Yeah.
Some celebrants do prefer that.
Yeah.
They're like, trust me, I've got this style. But I really like just ensuring it's 100% accurate, because I like to focus on the smaller details of their story, and the milestones have a place obviously in the storytelling element, but it is really about like how they felt when they met and what they remembered from that first date and what they truly love about one another that's a bit different.
Yeah.
So I do send it to them usually like 2 to 4 weeks out from the day, and they just workshop anything they want to change and perfect it.
Bit of a pre-read.
Look, there is 1 or 2 paragraphs. I get their permission to hold a secret, and then they hear it the first time.
Yeah. Oh, that's adorable. And then so you do that, print it out, and then oh my god, my mind's just racing. But and then with the vows and everything, they print that themselves. You bring them.
I print it. I bring them. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And you got like some of them are like beautifully presented as well. Is that just all made at home or?
Yeah, I've got these little hardcover A5 linen books, and I reuse those every ceremony.
Yeah.
But I print off their personal vows
And
in
just
little
put them
cards
in.
and
Yeah.
put them inside. For them to read from.
You're all over it. And then obviously, ceremony happens, signing, done.
Journey's done, pretty much. Yeah. After I lodge their marriage.
Yeah. And do you, I've always wondered what's the best ending. It goes from rings, signing, kiss, exit. Do you find is the best? Because some do the signing, then the kiss, then the exit, and I'm like, stop, start a little bit. What do you find is the best way to finish the ceremony?
Oh, I have a bit of a opinion of signing after the ceremony to be a little less jarring.
I think that actually.
Probably a more modern approach.
Yeah.
It's not the tradition, but I just think it is really nice to keep that momentum. So once they've done the legal and personal vows and the ring exchange, off to the side, pronounce husband and wife. Here's some recessional housekeeping. Mr. and Mrs. Newlyweds walk down the aisle. So I think that's really I
like it.
And then we go off somewhere privately. They have a few minutes to digest what just happened, and the photos can be more intentional.
I like it. Yeah, because it's just instead of the break, they just get it done.
Yeah.
And then the signing's 2 minutes as well. We can just get that done, to be honest. So what are the most common misconceptions couple have about celebrants and ceremonies? I know. Is it because as I was saying before, it's my favorite part of the day. I would say it's probably the guest's favorite. There's so much hype. But what are your thoughts about that? Yeah.
I think the most common misconception would definitely be how much freedom they have with the ceremony. So I think there's only about 120 legally required words in the ceremony. That's all we actually need to have them married.
And that's what you say as well.
Yeah, most of that.
What was it again? Give us a teaser.
Oh, yeah. I'm Julie authorized.
There we go. Yeah, I had to bring it out. There we go. Yeah.
I think that once they realize how much each couple can shape the day and challenge the traditions that don't make sense to them and include family members in parts that make sense,
Well, I'm even seeing some that are got the rings under a guest seat, chair, they're kind of having a bit of fun with it. It's not too, too heavy, some of them. So, they kind of bring their own values. Yeah. That's interesting. So you're kind of advising bring your own personality to the ceremony.
And they can be little details even whether they have a wedding party or not, or whether the wedding party is standing or seated, or whether they're both walking down the aisle, I actually had one a few weeks ago that had a vodka shot each. And it was to decide who was going to do their vows first. One had water and one had vodka. And it was so...
That's funny.
That's fun.
I'm seeing a lot more Fireball lately, not gonna lie. So something's happening. Who got the vodka?
The groom.
Oh,
It was the groom's brother that said, I reckon he turned around.
Oh
and
yeah. Look at him, right? Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Now I'm also finding next thing that large majority / 80% are like unplugged at the moment. You agree with that? Would you say? Yeah.
Like,
and recommend you prefer it?
I do. Yeah. I reckon I could count on one hand the amount of couples that haven't requested that. So I just have a nice polite way of saying in the housekeeping something like, our couple have requested you all enjoy this in real time. Put away your phones, and it is important too for the space for photographers and the media team to have and get professional photos.
There's nothing worse because I feel it is hard with the phones because I get it why they're doing it, but I think they get carried away. They kind of want the best shots. Sometimes their phones are on. All that. So, and the photos just look so much better when everyone's clapping or throwing pedals instead of videoing it. So, is that kind of their request, or do you ask, do you want that
I
in
ask.
a meeting?
I have a bunch of questions that how we can personalize the ceremony in particular, but one is definitely, I actually said a few weeks ago to a groom and bride, like, would you like it unplugged? And he was like, oh, how will that work? Like, don't you need the mic? Like, and I was like, oh, sorry, I think this is a real Gen Z term to be fair. I don't know why I'm using it, but basically no phones. And anyway, it's
That's so you thought like no power. You just
yell
on the day. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
But no, I think there's like a time. It's half an hour of the day, and
put your phones away. Yeah.
If a couple are like, oh, I'm not sure, we have a halfway option where I just get most of the love story done, the legal side of things done in the vows. Then when I step off to the side, right before I announce them husband and wife, I say, okay, everyone, you may now take as many photos and videos as you like.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, you're kidding.
You're like barreling me, actually.
No.
Actually, there was one that we worked on that I did that, now I'm thinking about it. But I think there's a time and place. And I think they all have it out at the aisle as they're exiting. So that's kind of
true. It's kind of like, let's get the fun. The heavies are done. Let's celebrate, to be honest. Yeah. Interesting. And I'm all for it. So please keep that going. Yeah. I've always wondered, as like a business question, as a celebrant, like, what is the goal / dream a little bit? Like, I know as photographers, destination weddings, iconic venues around the world, just bigger and better weddings and all that. Do you find your goals like to be booked out every week is the goal, or you obviously we're talking about France before and all that, like you travel worldwide, like
that is exciting. I'm definitely looking forward to that for next year, but I think that I have really found alignment with this kind of job falling into place and the flexibility it offers with family life and that kind of thing in this season of my life.
That's so important, of course.
It's really leaning beautifully with that. But I do certainly have, goals, and I think not chasing a large amount of weddings, like being booked out isn't necessarily success for
That's
me
actually
as well.
So true.
I think it's like working smarter, not harder, obviously. And
sometimes it can devalue the brand as well. If you're like 4 weddings a week, you're like, oh god,
there's nothing
another one
about. So
and that's when kind of things can happen a little bit. You forget something, or on the day, which never happens. But so you were just saying kind of just finding the balance of quantity.
Just keeping it in alignment. And obviously there's the beauty of traveling and taking my family with me and doing that kind of thing, but it's probably going to look different every year, I think, while the kids are so young. I can just kind of do both. But
absolutely. And the Melbourne scene's amazing, I have to say. Like, there is so much out there, and like the difference between like the city, the country, the coastal, so we're pretty spoiled in Melbourne. That is amazing. So I would love to know, for the couples writing their vows, any tips, any mistakes, tell them everything. What can they do?
So I do actually have a vow guide that I've written for all of my
couples. She's all over it.
If you book, you get this exclusive little thing. But I think it's really helpful just to offer some structure, because the beauty of it is that they aren't legally required. So there aren't any rules when it comes to writing them, I suppose. But there is a nice flow that people could keep to, and certainly a word count. We don't need like 800 words per person. So
it's like, I really love you.
But when each couple do finalise their vows, they also send them to me separately, so I can just check that the sentiment is similar, because you don't want one that's like maybe really dry and sentimental and serious.
And the other one's a stand-up.
Really fun, yeah. And then the same with duration. So I just kind of make sure they're in alignment.
Right.
But I think...
Yeah, so keep going, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think biggest piece of advice with them is to maybe just try and stay away from the cliches. That's probably a really obvious one. Like, we all know the lines we hear and over, but the more personal they are and the more genuine they are, I think the easier they are to say.
Yeah.
So keeping them really personal and aligned for your relationship, I think they're really easy to say on the day.
Absolutely. And it's just like, it's for them as well.
Yeah.
So they send them to you, obviously, you were just saying you cross-check.
Yep.
And do you kind of, how much feedback do you give back? Is it kind of, because it's kind of personal.
Yeah, you read the room. Like, I really know the ones that are looking for advice, and they will, like, there's some
don't
that
even
like,
know how to start kind of thing.
Yeah. And then there's some that are like really happy with this, don't touch it kind of thing. So I'm like, all right, no worries.
Yeah. Just sending it over.
Yeah. And of course, even like, oh, you could probably add a bit more and let's beef this up. Here's some ideas. They're like, nah, happy with that, even if the other person's a lot longer or whatever. So
like, all right,
just take
you
it
do.
Yeah.
And you'd say like 2 minutes is a good ballpark?
Yeah, I say 300 words.
Okay.
That's like the sweet spot.
Yeah,
300 to 400. Yeah, is nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love to know if there's any funny scenarios, moments that come to mind. Like, we did a wedding late March in Hunter Valley, and just stormed halfway through. But like, it was manageable. Has like weather like just randomly turned on you guys, or anything come to mind?
Wood.
Yeah.
Nothing
we need all the wood
yet.
here. Yeah.
Just umbrellas popping up in ceremony that we can handle. But you know what, talking about personal vows, that's probably the story that comes to mind, because I had this beautiful couple that showed no inclination of like being nervous in the lead up for their personal vows, but then the day came along, bride is really nervous, like throwing up nervous.
Throwing up,
like multiple times. And I was, on one hand, I'm like, okay, ethically, am I worried? Like, do you want to be, is it the marriage? Like, and she was like, no, it's just the personal vows. And I was like, okay.
Just not good with speaking.
Yeah, it's just that element of like, and it is a really vulnerable
real
thing. Yeah, and I get it. So I was like, look, you've got me up there. I'm going to stay up. And I often hold the microphone for them if they're feeling
I've always wondered that. See
Yeah.
hands flying around.
I know,
mics.
where I'm reading.
Yeah.
I do prefer to not be there for the personal vows, but if they need my support, I stay and hold the mic while they hold the book. That's the
nice.
Anyway, this bride and groom, they're up at the aisle. Groom does his, room's like, feeling the atmosphere. It was really nice. She goes to do her personal vows, and on mic, she's like, Tori, I can't do it. Can you read them for me?
Just hard launched you.
I was like, here we go. So I'm looking at the groom.
James, I love you.
Literally. I was like,
I can't look at you in the eye right now.
In the eye. He was also like pretty unhappy with the situation. So look, it was nervous, but truly.
Poor thing.
Yeah. They were just really grateful in the end. And I think that's what it came down to, like understanding how much support I was able to give her in that moment.
It's amazing. And kind of just like not making a big deal of it.
Exactly.
Of like, are you sure? Or like,
oh my gosh.
You've got this. It's like, you're like, that's
and
fine.
those are the kind of like really pressure point situations that we do get in. Like we're on mic, there's over 100 people watching and listening. You can hear a pin drop, and I'm about to confess my love to this stranger. But like, I think
it's funny how much we have to adapt in this industry. Even like they look at me, where do you want the group photo? I'm like, there. Yeah. So you'd say you're pretty good with high pressure. Obviously, some changes in the day. Maybe you just kind of just don't stress and think, to be honest. You're in the zone as well. But
there's probably just going to be, like, you can just never prepare for the worst of the situations either. Like, there's going to be so many things that pop
Absolutely.
up.
Oh my God, I can't believe you confessed all the love to the group. No, you would have a little laugh in the car ride home.
I did. I was like, I could even see how grateful the family were.
Yeah.
Everyone was really
amazing.
Really appreciative.
Did you think something was going to happen at this because she was a bit sick leading up? Were you like, I'm open to anything for this ceremony?
I think I was just like, adrenaline kicks in. Once the ceremony's going, all I'm focused on is like delivering this in a really nice way for them. I was definitely on my toes.
Do you do like a bit of a superstitious kind of like leading into it, like you check the speakers twice or something.
That's absolutely like my biggest anxiety, the PA system.
Is that like, oh my God, I'm going so off script, but like, is that the distance with it? Like, what's the perfect setup with
that's the trouble. Obviously, we're at all these different venues all the time.
Feedback, all that. Yeah.
So like, how many bodies are in between me and the speaker? Because I've got the mic transmitter.
Yeah.
And then it's how many Bluetooth devices are in. That's actually affected a ceremony once before. It was so devastating. It was
what your Spotify
sometimes
played on or something.
Sometimes couples want to use my PA for their music.
I haven't even thought of that.
Yeah. So I don't love it, but it's there to use, and we just get like a guest to kind of help coordinate the actual playing pause because I can't do that element. But sometimes like people,
it's just like one extra thing you like.
Right. Some celebrants do it, and hats off. Like they've got the phone, the iPad, the Kindle if they're reading that.
The Kindle.
Oh my God.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Tori, you're a star.
Thank
you so much for coming on. Where can everyone find you?
So marriedbytori.com is my website, but the same for Instagram actually. So kind of online.
And TikTok.
Yes.
Everyone follow. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Easy.